What's going on, guys? My name is Hyrius and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with some more MLB The Show 20 with a little bit different video today. Today we are not playing Diamond Dynasty or Road to the Show. Today we are doing a simulation to see if today's best All-Stars can go 162-0. As you can see, all of these All-Stars are now on the Red Sox. Look at their ranks. They are first in rank, period. They're first in contact, first in power, first in pitching, first in defense, and then they are 9th in speed, and then they have a team budget of $486 million. So we're going to see if these stars really are the best, or if maybe another team is a little better. Let's get a look at what this team looks like. Injury frequency. We're turning that all the way down because for some reason, this year in MLB The Show, you cannot turn off injuries. So we're going to turn down the injury frequency, and hopefully that means we won't have any injuries this year, because this doesn't work if players are getting hurt. And now let's take a look at the team. First of all, for lineups, you have Michael Brantley, DJ LeMahieu, Christian Yelich, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, Nolan Arenado, Cody Bellinger, Javier Baez, and then you have Wilson Contreras hitting last. Then you have Alex Bregman, Carlos Santana, Ketel Marte, Gary Sanchez, and Ronald Acuna all coming off the bench. That's crazy that you have this many stars coming off the bench. You have a 93 overall Alex Bregman coming off the bench only because we have 99 overall Nolan Arenado in his position at third base. And then you have Christian Yelich as the DH, so Bregman can't even play DH. Then when you look at the pitching rotation, you have Jacob deGrom, you have Max Scherzer, you have Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Ryan Presley. Don't know why these two are on. We're going to change that. Aroldis Chapman, Colton Brewer, and Kirby Yates. Colton Brewer shouldn't be there either, so we're going to send those guys down. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Colton Brewer, you're a 57 overall. Why would you be on this team? And then you know what? Instead of that, we're going to bring up the best hitter that's still not on, and George Springer. So now we also have George Springer coming off the bench. This team is crazy. There is nobody in the MLB that should be able to beat this team. If you look at this team overall, we should be able to go 162-0. We're not perfect at every position, but the few positions where we're not perfect at, we have people behind them to pick them up. So, theoretically, with the pitchers we have on the mound and the hitters we have in the lineup, we should be able to go 162-0. We're going to give this 2 attempts like we did for the can MLB The Show predict the 2020 season? Which it can't, because nothing can predict the virus that's going around right now. But it did a decent job. It picked the Yankees and the Dodgers to win the World Series. So we're going to take this month by month, and we'll see if maybe we can go 162-0. We'll sim these first couple games, see how that goes. So let's sim to this point. Interesting. Turn off critical situations. So, in our first 2 weeks, we already lost 3 games. So, that does not bode well for the season. So, we're going to just keep simming. We're going to actually sim to the All-Star break instead now that we've already lost. And we're going to see if maybe we still win the World Series. We are back because Jacob deGrom apparently got injured despite the fact that we have injury slider turned all the way down. So what we're going to do is very simple. Actually, it doesn't even matter because we already have Walker Buehler. So we're going to put Walker into his position. And we're going to keep the roster how it is. I don't think we can actually call up any All-Stars in our pitchers. Can we call up Brad Hand still? We can. So we're going to call Brad up. And now, our pitching rotation is back to normal. We have Walker Buehler, and then we have our relievers still just as good as they were. So we're going to get back to the simulation. So far, it hasn't gone great for this team. They're 39-17, not even close to undefeated. Okay, now we have Jacob deGrom back. at the halfway point in this season, this team is 70-26. So they're not really even close to being the 96-0 they needed to be undefeated at this point. But they have had an amazing year. Let's take a look at the stats. So far, Michael Brantley is hitting .262 with 7 home runs. DJ LeMahieu is hitting .333 with 15 home runs. Christian Yelich is hitting .282 with 26 home runs. Trout's hitting .284 with 18. .294 for Freddie Freeman with 13 home runs. Nolan Arenado at .332 with 31 home runs. Cody Bellinger with .315 at 13 home runs. Javier Baez at .255 and 10. And Wilson Contreras at .233 and 8. Not very good year so far for Wilson. Then you got George over here, .389 with no home runs. Alex Bregman hitting .261 with 7 home runs. Carlos Santana with 7 home runs, hitting .251. Ketel Marte hitting 12 home runs at .242. Gary Sanchez hitting .303 with 6 home runs. And Ronald Acuna hitting .286 with no home runs. But that's mostly because they're coming off the bench. Then you look at the pitching rotation. You have Walker Buehler out here, who's 9-0 so far. Max Scherzer, who has one of our losses at 12-1. Jacob deGrom has the majority of our losses at 8-4. Garrett Cole at 6-5. Been a rough year for Garrett. And 12-3 Clayton Kershaw. Then you have Ryan Plesley at 3-1. Justin Verlander at 11-7. Will Smith at 6-1. Josh Hader at 1-1. Aroldis actually with a losing record so far at 1-2. And then Kirby Yates at 1-1 as well. And the highest ERA in the pitching rotation is, it seems like Aroldis. Yeah, Aroldis with a 4.43 ERA. Followed up by Justin Verlander at 3.38. And then 3.28 for Max Scherzer. So those aren't bad numbers, but they're not really great. Aroldis in particularly aren't great. I don't really know what's going on with him this year, but it's kind of hurting our team. And then if you look at the All-Star team, I wonder how many All-Stars we had. Well, our first All-Star is Max Scherzer, then Clayton Kershaw, then Jacob deGrom. We didn't get anybody in the relievers. Ryan's all the way down here. Then we got Kirby Yates and potentially Will Smith. We did not get a catcher in the All-Star game or a first baseman. DJ LeMahieu made it again. Nolan Arenado will make it. Did not get a shortstop. Apparently Javier Baez is not having a good enough year for that. Won't get a left fielder either. We will have Mike Trout make it. And then we have Christian Yelich making it as well. So our team isn't full of all-stars like I thought it should be, but it's not playing awful either. Let's continue to sim to the playoffs now and see what we finish. And we are at the end of the season. The Red Sox end up finishing their season at 122-40. We only lost like 10 games in the second half of the season, or 14 games in the second half of the season. So the second half of the season was so much easier than it was for the first half of the season for them. We won like 2 months. Other than this loss to the Yankees, we didn't lose again until August 13th after the All-Star break. So we went from July 17th till August 13th with 1 loss, which was pretty impressive. Let's look at the awards. Awards, you had JD Martinez winning Most Valuable Player, followed by Max Scherzer and Christian Yelich. We had Max winning Cy Young. Actually, all 3 Cy Young getters were either Max, Jacob, or Clayton, all of who play on my team. 2 20-game winners on our team. DJ LeMahieu finished second in batting title. Kirby Yates was almost reliever of the year with 42, but Liam Hendricks had 55 saves and only a .96 ERA, which is crazy. We had Christian Yelich in the Hank Aaron Award voting. We had DJ LeMahieu win Gold Glove. Mike Trout won Gold Glove for center fielders. Christian Yelich won Silver Slugger. DJ LeMahieu was second in Silver Slugger. Nolan Arenado won it for third baseman. Mike Trout almost won it, but was not able to quite get over that hump. So our team did pretty well. Honestly, that's about as good as I expected. I didn't expect us to really go undefeated, but you know what? I'll take that. Let's advance to the playoffs. So we are playing whoever wins the wild card game. So we are playing Minnesota in the first 4 games of the playoffs. Let's see if we can go undefeated in the playoffs. Oops. We did not go undefeated. But we did only lose 1 game. Now we're playing the Chicago White Sox in the playoffs, a team I wasn't expecting to see here. Sim through date. We beat the Chicago White Sox in 4 games, so we swept the White Sox, and now we play the Cincinnati Reds in the World Series. Another team I was not expecting to see here. They do have a good pitching rotation, but it's not really good enough, I don't think, to beat this team. And we end up winning the World Series in 5 games. So, is it possible to go 162-0? I don't know. We're going to run one more simulation just to see. Here we are, the start of the new season. One change I did make this year is instead of calling up George Springer, we called up Brad Hand. Big reason why we lost some games is our relievers kind of let us down in some of those games. So we called up Brad Hand, hoping that he'll be able to help steady that bullpen and maybe win a couple games for us. So we already know we're probably not going to go 162-0, so we're going to sim right to the All-Star break, and I will see you guys there. We'll see how many losses we have at that point. At the All-Star break now, we are 71-25, which is a little better than we were doing at last time at this point. So far in our pitching rotation, you have 15-2 Jacob deGrom, 8-7 Max Scherzer. Come on, Scherzer. 8-7 with a 4.33 ERA. You're letting our team down. 12-2 Justin Verlander, 13-5 Garrett Cole, and 9-1 Clayton Kershaw. With 1-0 Walker Buehler, 6-2 Presley, 2-2 Josh, 4-1 Brad Hand, 1-1 Aroldis Chapman, 0-1 Will Smith, and 0-1 Kirby Yates. But Max Scherzer with that 4.33 ERA, kind of letting our team down at 8-7. And then Will Smith with a 4.15 ERA. And then our next highest might be Presley with that 3.5. Nope. It's Garrett Cole with 3.89 ERA, but he's 13-5, so you can't really blame him for that ERA. Obviously, we're scoring runs for him. Then in the lineups, you have Brantley at 294 and 10 home runs, DJ LeMahieu at 308 home runs, Christian Yelich at 265 and 27 home runs already, Mike Trout at 334 and 25 home runs, Freddie Freeman at 302 and 12, Arenado at 298 and 23, Cody Bellinger at 230 and 12, Javier Baez at 255 and 11, and Wilson Contreras at 260 and 14 home runs this year. Alex Bregman at 316 and 13 home runs. Carlos Santana at 289 and 9. Ketel at 304 and 11. Gary at 225 and 3, and Ronald Acuna at 289 and 1 home run. So the team's playing a little better this year than they did last year. And let's look at the awards so far. Or not the awards, the All-Star voting. We will have Justin Verlander and Jacob deGrom there. That's it. Those are the 2 starters. Clayton's a little too far down to make it. We will not have any relievers. We might have Kirby Yates make it, and maybe Josh Hader, but that's it. We won't have a catcher there. We won't have a first baseman. We won't have a second baseman. Nolan Arenado will make it as a third baseman. We won't have a shortstop. We won't have a left fielder. We will have Mike Trout there. And then we'll have Christian Yelich there as well. So we've got 5 All-Stars, 6 All-Stars in this team. That's pretty impressive. I'll take that. And we are having a pretty good year at 71 and 25. So let's sim to the playoffs, see what our final record is. And at the end of the season, we end up going 122-40, which I think is almost identical to what we went last year. So really no boost this year compared to last, but we were 36 games ahead of the Tampa Bay Rays, who were in second, followed by the Blue Jays, and then the Yankees 47 games back. Then you look at awards, we won Most Valuable Player, all 3 were Red Sox. We won Cy Young, all 3 were Red Sox. Won the batting title with Mike Trout. We won Reliever of the Year. We'll end up winning Hank Aaron Award with 50 home runs from Trout. We're going to win Gold Glove for shortstop. Thank you, Javier Baez, for bringing in probably our only Gold Glove. Nope, never mind. Mike Trout's also bringing in one for center fielders. Then our Silver Slugger was Christian Yelich at the DH. We had Nolan Arenado at third base. And then Mike Trout obviously in the outfield with those 50 home runs and 132 RBIs. So our team overall got more awards this year as well. And let's sim to the offseason. Okay, so we don't know who we're facing in the first round because obviously wild card. So let's sim through date. We are taking on the Houston Astros, who have one of our former players, because we took Justin Verlander from them, so they have Eduardo Rodriguez. Let's sim through the date. We do win 3-1, just like last time. Now we're taking on Cleveland. Okay. And now we're taking on the Mets in the World Series. We sweep Cleveland, just like last time. No, we're not taking the Mets. We're taking on the Nationals. I don't know why I said the Mets. But we're taking on the Nationals, who are there for back-to-back years. And let's sim through date. And the Nationals beat us in one game, but end up losing the World Series 4-1. And that's the end of the year. We end up winning the World Series again. I will take that. Who was the postseason MVP? Postseason MVP ended up, World Series MVP ended up being Mike Trout. Postseason MVP was Mike Trout again. So Trout really carried us in the World Series and in the postseason apparently. Hitting .429 with 1 home run. And then hitting .404 with 4 home runs during the whole postseason. So I will take that. So can you go 162-0 with today's All-Stars? It does not look like it, but it does look like you will win the World Series no matter what. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this, or if you guys have anything else that you think we should run simulations to maybe see they might be able to go 162-0. I'll read all your comments, and if it's a good one, I'll use it in a video. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!